When I was younger, I really struggled socially. I was always great as long as expectations were clearly laid out. I'm neurodivergent. I've mentioned that before. I don't have exact diagnoses. I've been diagnosed with various things. I don't know which really is applicable. I don't personally care that much. I know that I'm not whatever we're calling neurotypical. And I have lots of thoughts about what neurotypical really is and how many people are actually neurotypical, but that's another topic for another day. I was awkward. I was not really great at picking up social cues. I wasn't smooth. I didn't get it. I'm very blunt and direct. If you ask me a question, I'll tell you what I think. I learned very quickly when I was younger that people don't necessarily want you to tell them what you actually think. So I have a lot of anxiety around how to show up in social interactions. When I was in high school, I did a study abroad. I went to Sweden in high school, and then when I was in college, I spent about a year living in Spain. And it was really interesting to me to feel more at home in a place that wasn't home for me, because I always felt like an outsider. And when I actually went abroad, I just was an outsider. It was expected that I would be awkward and confused and make social faux pas and mistakes because I wasn't from that culture. And I think what I took away from that was this ability to enter into cultures, even within my own culture, right? So little subcultures where you can put me into a group of people and I'll take some time to kind of assess like what the vibe and the dynamic is and then adapt to it. And that's really great. It's a helpful thing to be able to do. The not so great aspect of that is that then I find myself self-abandoning quite a bit. I do better with it now, but for a number of years, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago maybe, I really felt like I didn't know who I was. Like I had no anchor for who I am, because I could enter into all these cultures and just sort of shift and adapt. But who was I? And I used to date this person who would just walk into a room and, for better or worse, just was who he was. He would just bring all of who he is into a room. And I used to look at that and just be like, I don't understand that. Like I walk into a room, I suss it out, I figure out what the vibe is, and then I adapt. And I'm not saying one is more right or more wrong, but it was very disorienting to me to be around somebody who could just like be who he was completely 100%, walk into a room and take all of that with him. That was not what I did.